He is
All
a
right,
rock star. Our William called him a strong contender in this national selection. Malik Harris, are you ready?
let's do this.
Your song is called Rockstars. What is it?
Yes,
And what is the story behind it?
the story behind it. I hope you got time. I
course.
started writing. Cool. I started writing the song after I watched an episode of The Office. You might know it. It's the US TV show, and there was a scene in which one character, I'm not going to say who, but one character goes, "I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them." And the minute I saw that, I just, burst out crying, and it just really hit me because I realized how much time I spent in, the past, and just wanting to get that feeling of like this childness back, like this mindless feeling of lightheartedness, and everything is just easy. Being happy is really easy. And I realized how much I missed that. And that's when I immediately started writing the song, which is about that feeling and that realization of these good old days somehow being over. But also what I'm always trying to do in my songs is just like trying to convert a positive thing in the song. And in this one, I'm trying to, with the song, remind me, and hopefully everybody who hears the song, that we should try to live a life where we're not so much focused on the good old days that are behind us, but we should try to find the good old days right now, right here and right now, because I think that they don't ever really end. We just always look for them in the past instead of right now. And if we manage to do that, and if we manage to, no matter how dark the days are, try to find the good things around us, I think if we manage to do that, we can like make sure that the good old days never really end in a way.
You said you are from a family surrounded by music. Could you please tell us how music impact you from your childhood, from your family?
Yes, I grew up thankfully surrounded by great music, not just from, my grandfather was a massive opera singer in the United States and all of Europe. And my dad is also very, he can play various instruments. So he's always playing something. So you got always like live music coming somewhere, but also, just the general music that we listened to, or that my parents listened to when I grew up, was just pretty dope. It was like Michael Jackson and Queen and everything. And so I grew up surrounded by great music, and I just had no chance other than just starting to sing along and just experiencing how great it feels to just, experience my own voice and everything. And so those were my first like experiences with music. But over the time of the years, I realized how much music means to me, actually, not just as listening to it, but also what it does to me in terms of lyrics. For example, I started writing my first song after listening to Car Radio by 21 Pilots, because the song is about, he tells a story of somebody stole his car radio, and now every time he's driving in his car, he sits in silence and he has to deal with all these thoughts because there's no distraction. And the exact time when I discovered that song, I lost my headphones. So every time, every day when I rode to school by bus and came back, those rides, and they were pretty long, I never had music in my ears. And I always used to think of that song, and just having this feeling of, not being alone, somebody else feels the same way that I feel right now. That gave me so much that I immediately thought music is so much more than just something that I listen to. It gives me so much, power and strength. And that's when I decided that I want to do that as well, and make sure that I can maybe have that effect on other people.
So that is the time you started to write music.
Yes.
When was that?
When?
Yeah.
That was like, I think I was like maybe 15 years old. I bought my first acoustic guitar when I was like 13 or 12. So that's when I started, playing cover songs. Mm-hmm. And then I think I discovered Car Radio and the whole Blurry Face album by 21 Pilots when I was like probably 14, 15 years old. And that's when I started writing my first song. So something like that.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the national final. How did you decide to participate this year?
It all came after I wrote the song. Actually, I wrote Rockstars last year, and a couple of weeks later, I talked to Robin, who is a friend of mine, and I also make my music with him together. You know, he manages me and everything. And he said that he asked me basically if I can just kind of imagine ever taking part in the Eurovision Song Contest. And I, you know, participating there never really was something that I thought about. But when he said that, I immediately thought of the song of Rockstars, because I was like, that's like the most personal song I've ever written. It's very vulnerable, and I feel like a lot of people right now feel the same way that I feel in this song. And so I can imagine this song might help a lot of people, and just like the same way car radio did for me, just make them feel that they're not alone. And so I thought that would be maybe the perfect song on this big stage to share with a lot of people who can then like identify with the song and the lyrics. And also I thought, to be honest, that, you know, the song is so different from everything that Germany has sent to the Eurovision Song Contest in the last years, that I was like, maybe it's just time for something new. Why not just try it out, fuck it, and see what happens.
Yeah, let's talk about Friday night. So for the running order, you will perform first.
Yes.
Do you think it's a good thing or bad thing? Or are you nervous about it?
I'm pretty hyped about it. I like it because I know the feeling of being the first one to go out there, because I've played a lot of support shows where it was the opener for like James Blunt, for example, or Tom Odell. So I know the feeling of stepping on stage as the first one and being the first one to like entertain the people and try to gain them and make them, you know, happy about what's happening around them. There's nobody before me when I open a show. So I know the feeling, and I really like it because there's no, how do I say it? They have no, how do I say it in the best way? There's no music that they have experienced before. So I'm the first step that they take in the live music world on that evening, you know? So there's like, they had their day, they had their stresses, probably a lot of thoughts, thinking about the evening, then stepping into this huge studio, and then waiting and waiting. And then I'm the first one to like, be like, it's over, your day is now over, and now you can just enjoy and just have a good time right now. And that's, I really like that.
Have you finished your first rehearsal today already?
Yeah, we are first rehearsals today. They were great.
How you feel? Tell us more, please.
I feel, yeah, I feel
know
pretty
you can't
good.
tell much. I know you can't tell us too much, but share us your feelings.
Yeah, I'm feeling really relaxed, actually, because before the rehearsals I wasn't too sure what to expect, because you got a lot of ideas in your mind and you got a lot of things that you think about before. But now after the rehearsal, and everything went pretty smooth, I'm like, I'm pretty chill. I know I'm surrounded by people who really know their shit. They know what they're doing, and they're pretty cool about it. They're super, everyone around me is super kind. It's a great team, from the technicians to the, you know, people who take care of you in the backstage areas and everything. So I'm just really happy to be surrounded by good people who professionally, and I think it's going to be a good time.
Have you ever thought about winning this selection? Because I noticed that your tour information, the first date of your tour is exactly one day after the Eurovision Grand Final. Is that correct?
Yes, you're correct. A lot of people ask me about it, if I'm sure that I got my dates right, but I'm sure, yeah, it's, if I do win the pre-selection, it's going to be tight, definitely. But I like it, especially because somebody asked me, what if you win the Eurovision Song Contest? And I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be I'm going to be hammered, you know, I'm going to do a lot of party. And then, you know, the next day I'm going to try to find my way to Berlin, where the show is going to be. And I hope people are not going to be too mad at me if I'm just like, you know, so falling off stage.
So there will be a guitar on the stage.
A guitar?
Yes, you are doing.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. So we have a clue now.
Yeah, good point. Very good.
My last question. So this year Eurovision Song Contest, the slogan is the sound of beauty.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
The sound of beauty.
Yes.
I really like it. I like that it gives space for everyone to kind of imagine their own thing in it, because beauty is nothing that is just like this and it's not like this, but it's just like I have my own sense of beauty just like everybody else. And so I think that's the good thing about music. You know, there's no right and wrong, there's just music, and people like certain music, others don't like it, and that's what I really enjoy about it. It's just everybody has their own style of you know, experiencing music. And so the sound of beauty can be anything that people enjoy, and that's what music is about. So I really like it.
So Malik, please send us a final message to the fans supporting you, voting you, maybe voting you on Friday. Please say something to them.
Sure. Yeah, as you can tell maybe by how excited I am, I would really love to represent Germany in the Eurovision Song Contest this year, especially with the song that is so heartfelt and so personal to me. And yeah, if you have the chance, if you got the time, of course, I would love for you to vote for me. And above all, I hope you guys are safe and healthy. And yeah, I'm thinking of you, and I love you guys, and take care.
Thank you, Malik. Thanks for this interview. And I wish you good luck on Friday, and hope to see you. I will see you on Friday, actually. So good luck and bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.